Hello and welcome to a new video. I just returned from the Things conference. It was a great event, but today I would like to show you a new feature that has just been released, which is not about LoRaWAN, but about API devices, so for generic HTTPS and MQTT integrations and downlinks. For this video, I will be using a device from Myotic or connected over Myotic, which is just basically recording battery temperature, humidity, and ingesting data over HTTP. Now on downlinks, previously you had the option for API devices to send MQTT downlinks, so you needed to connect to an MQTT broker. Many of you have been waiting for this, but today I can present you now that we have the option to send HTTP downlinks. And how this works, I'm going to show you in this video. So first of all, both of these modules look quite similar. You have a name and description for the downlink. Let's put something in here. My first HTTP downlink. And an optional description, like this does something cool. I'm going to explain why you can add fields in a view if you don't know, and also what trigger or measurements mean. But first of all, let's go through the concept of HTTP decoders. So first of all, let's switch to HTTP decoders. So first of all, this looks quite similar, and everything that you need to provide for informations is happening in the code. So this is very similar to how Node-RED and the function node works. And I'm going to show you how we can call an HTTP downlink by using webhook side and this so-called webhook URL. In the code, you can see we already provided an example. So you need to return a method, the URL, at least these are the two required things, but then optionally also a query parameter, headers for authentication and stuff like that, and the actual body. So we are going to perform a post request. First of all, I'm going to change the URL to the URL provided by webhook site. And next, I'm going to uncomment a couple of things here, like the query parameter, for example. We can leave this to any key or value that we want, for example, like name, Simon. Just a few examples. Headers, I'm also going to uncomment, but I leave it like it is. And as we want to send JSON, we are going to add a body here as well. Name, Simon Kemper, and for example, platform, Datacake. You can check out what this function is returning by clicking on try encoder, and this is the body, the method, the URL, the headers, and This downlink has been created successfully, as you can see here in this notification. And now let's see what happens when we actually trigger this downlink. Okay, you can see downlink has been queued successfully. We can also see the downlink now if we go on debug. There you go. URL and the method, status code that has been returned. And if we go to webhook site, we can see, okay, this was received by the downlink, an HTTP downlink, name, Simon Kemper, platform, Datacake. So exactly like we were defining this here in the downlink editor. You can now go ahead into the dashboard, edit the dashboard, add a widget, for example, choose the downlink widget, select this downlink, change the name, click on save. Your dashboard, you can change things like colors and so on. And let's call this again. And we can see here's the second request. There's a bit of delay included because we are bouncing off downlinks if multiple measurements are included, but I'm going to show you how this works. Let's go once more into downlink and edit this actual downlink. Now, trigger on measurements. This is a feature where you can define the kind of field that you want to listen on, like for example, temperature, humidity, whatever. And every time there's a new measurement being recorded in the temperature field, and you have this trigger or measurement activated, the downlink will be sent automatically. And you could use this, for example, to include the measurements here in this downlink and to send it. So we are going to do that. On our JSON, we're adding a new line, and we call this temperature. And now we need to embed the temperature. And this can be done by accessing the measurements object. Here's a short explanation how this works. Measurement, it's a key. And the key is equal to the database field, temperature, and then dot value. Why dot value? Because we have the value, the timestamp, and again, the field name. We can try this encoder once more, and we can see the temperature. Now, update this downlink. I can still call it, but what happens now is that it asks for a form. We don't want to change this, and this has been added and sent out to the webhook site, and we can see this is the actual temperature that was also been recorded by the device because that was the latest temperature. As you can see, when I click on this, Datacake is asking you for input. And because I canceled it, it was giving me an error. This is because we have the fields used in here. This means if you don't want to include that and simply just run the downlink without any modal popping up to ask you about the value, you can deactivate or delete the fields, but then triggering on measurements doesn't work. So now we would still be able to send the downlink and have the actual value included, but it doesn't ask us for providing a new one. But yeah, that's it. That's everything you need to know about HTTP downlinks. You can write them. You can set all the parameters for your HTTP calls inside of the code. You can combine measurements and then also do some extra calculations in here to check if you want to really send the downlink or if it's not required, or whatever kind of logic you need on the downlink encoder, and then place this here on the dashboard of any of your devices. HTTP downlinks are also fully supported in our new rule engine. That means you can use a scheduler, for example, to send out an HTTP call every day at 9 a.m. Rule engine, add rule, select the product. Let's go on time-based schedule, no condition, single device downlink, next. My first HTTP downlink, add this, and now my first HTTP downlink will be sent from Monday to Sunday at 9 a.m. in the morning. That's it. Thanks for watching and stay tuned.